gotta get across. Whether you like it or not, there is a moment meant for us. And now you made it, but I already played this. Not interested, open your eyes, let's get it done. Take my hand, just follow me. Shadowing me, I want.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, it's another Friday. That means another Advantage Live show. Thank you, as always, for coming and listening and watching what we're bringing to you guys. The whole point of this show is to have some fun, share something of value, and help you gain an advantage in your career in real estate. And if you're not in real estate, maybe consider getting into real estate. Or if you're a buyer or seller, there's always something of value here for you as well. And that's what this show's all about. So as always, thank you, as always, for showing up for this wonderful show we try to do for you guys on a weekly basis. Today, we're going to have a really fun show. We've got Anna Caskey. Anna Caskey, she is now our new personal relations with C21 Advantage Realty. She's also my assistant. So we're going to have a conversation with her specifically about social media and talking about how the best use case for each platform and how to use that as a real estate agent. So it's going to be a really good conversation with her. And we have one of our very own agents, Stacey Kelly, with us out of our Richmond, Kentucky office. So before we actually get into the show, this is the part of the show where it's just time to hang out, let everybody kind of settle in and show up. I left a comment in there about sharing a story with us. What have you learned new this week? Share a story. If there's something that happened this week that you just say, hey, this is a really good experience I had, drop it in the comments for us. I can bring it up at the end of the show. So share us a story and we'll go back at the end of the show and talk about it. That'd be awesome to see what everyone's up to. And also put in the comments too where you're from. If you're from a certain city or state, leave that in the comments too. It's always fun to see where you guys are coming from. And as always, if you're watching this after being live, and you're watching it on the replay, please put hashtag team replay in the comments for us. That tells us that you watched this after being live. And just so you know, if you are watching this on the replay, there will be chapter tags inside of the description that lists out everything that happened on this show down there for you to then check out. And you can jump around and watch the segments you want to. Now, I hope you watch the entire show. Obviously, that's what we want. But for your convenience, it's in there. If you're new, type in hashtag new in the comments so we can recognize you as well. We want to give you some recognition. And we also will be doing, like always, the giveaway. And today I'm going to talk about this book here. This is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It is one of my favorite books of all time. And I mentioned this in the promo video. I don't know if you guys watched that or not, but this book is not necessarily about just getting wealthy and gaining a bunch of money. That is part of it. But it's really about just developing the richness of who you are and your character and things to do to push yourself forward in business and become a better person. And that's where true riches lie. The byproduct of being a good person and serving and all that is obviously money, because that's what we're doing. We're serving our people around us. But the book is really not meant to be read chapter to chapter. It's really open it up and read and digest some of it. The copy I have has been highlighted like crazy. So this is the giveaway. So Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Here's how you enter to win this book. It's very, very simple. In the comments, put in #Advantage Live. It should pop up on the screen right here. There it is. Type that into the comments right now, and you'll be entered to win this at the end of the show. And just if someone can go ahead and do that for me, so I want to make sure that this program is running correctly before we get on with the show. It's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to this. Anyone? Let's see what we got here. We got Tracy Scott. Good morning, Tracy. Good to see you. We've got Ann Reynolds. Good morning, Ann. Oh, there we go. Listening to it now on audiobook. Awesome, Tracy. Yeah, it's a good one. It's awesome. Let's see. Anna Caskey, we had her up in the timer. There she is. Good morning, everyone. Chad Tyner, good morning. Who else we got here? We've got Okay, Catherine. So you actually won a book. I need you to email me your mailing address and everything so I can get the gift to you. So if you could do that, we need to pop that up on the screen, our email address, if we can get that up there. If you can email me your mailing address to the email you'll see on the screen here. There it is. Email me your address and I will send this book to you. So congratulations on that. I don't know if you knew that or not. And if you did message me, I missed it. So I apologize. And of course, I got my loyal parents in the audience. There we go. There's my mom and my dad. Thank you as always for watching. Appreciate you guys. And let's see what else we got going on. Oh, Anna, she says, Nancy, Kentucky. There we go. Good. And the program is running. Awesome. We should be good to go. Guys, awesome. Thank you for coming. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get this show started. Welcome to the Advantage Live Show. My name is Adam Gullett. I am the Director of Growth with C21 Advantage Realty in the beautiful state of Kentucky. This is the Advantage Live Show. The whole purpose of this show is to help you, the real estate agent, become and get the advantage in real estate, and also to produce some kind of value back to you that you can provide to your clients and the consumer you serve. So we hope we are able to do that on a weekly basis, and you are getting something of value. We love coming at you and giving you guys some of this content. So today's not going to be any different at all. We're going to have a really good lineup for you. We're going to be talking to Anna Caskey. She is the personal relations with C21 Advantage Realty, and she's also my assistant. So I'll be introducing her to some of our agents that are watching, and we're going to be talking about social media, how to use it and leverage it for your business, and how each platform works and the best use case scenario for each one of those platforms. So it'll be a good conversation with her. We're looking for just practical, simple things that you guys can be doing as real estate agents to help reach and build your business. So it's going to be a good conversation. We also have Stacey Kelly, one of our very own agents out of our Richmond, Kentucky office with us. We're going to be learning about how she got into real estate and her journey that led her ultimately to being with C21 Advantage Realty. It's really good, and her story is great. So please stay and listen to that. And at the end, we'll do our giveaway. So thank you as always for coming. But before we get into any of the interviews, most of you guys know that I'm an avid reader. So right now I'm reading with my family a book, and my kids are all runners and athletes. But this is the book that we are reading, The Champion's Mind, How Great Athletes Think, Train, and Thrive by Jim Afremow. I might be saying that right. But this book, even though it's aimed at athletes, I find it very helpful for business owners and especially real estate agents. And there's one thing that I actually pulled out of this that I was going to share with you guys today. And this is all straight from the book. So this is not my own words, but it's a little excerpt from the book to help you guys maybe consider checking this book out, even though it's kind of bent towards an athlete. But I think it's very, very good. So one of the very first things it says in one of the very first chapters is it says, the quote is this, and they don't know who said this, but it's a good one. Thank gold and never settle for silver. Thank gold and never settle for silver. So, to me, if you think gold, and we always try to strive for perfection or strive for excellence, right? But we know hitting those and every single time is very, very difficult. But if you're constantly striving to hit that, it's very good. And that's the goal, right? So thank gold and never settle for silver. It went on to talk about this. In life, we have a bunch of challenges and stuff that we're faced with every single day, and we have to face those challenges head on. And sometimes we feel worn out, we feel beat down. But there's certain things that champions do to be able to maintain order. And this is one of the things it says here. And it is a cool little tip. It says schedule automatic, electronic, thank gold, or personal best reminders throughout the day. For example, set a reminder function on your cell phone to chime at certain times and display champion. Set it for certain times of the day that you routinely feel stressed, distracted, or vulnerable. So, one of the things I know, if you're going into, and you're an athlete and you're going into a major practice, you're getting ready to do something really challenging, setting a reminder to do that. Let's say you, as a real estate agent, you set you routinely set listing appointments at a set time during the week, right? Maybe it's in the evening. Maybe you set your a reminder to say, be a champion or champion, at 5 o'clock. That way you kind of just remind yourself, hey, look, I am good at my job, and I'm going to continue to be good at my job, and I'm going to be a champion in this listing appointment, right? It's just one of those things just to kind of help you ponder and realize that you can be a champion. And they also say this, 3 things champions do, all right? They prioritize time management, make good choices regarding how you invest your time, energy, and resources. Champions are on time and on mind for every practice every day. They also said include some fun in your daily activities. The right number of daily challenges, daily agendas, and to-do lists are excellent tools to help you achieve maximum efficiency and productivity. These are things that champions do routinely. You are stronger than the initial discomfort experienced and staying disciplined while working hard on changing habits. To achieve positive outcomes, imagine the good feeling of striking off each item on your list. If you're like me, at the end of the day, I can look back at my to-do list and be like, wow, okay, I feel like I accomplished a lot. And there's something about that physical aspect of checking something off of your list. It just feels good, right? If you're moving forward in the direction of your goals when you can check things off and it's a physical action. So I get it. I do that all the time. I love it. Organize to synchronize is number 3. Many of us also need to make a commitment to get and stay more organized for greater efficiency and peace of mind. Keep in mind that other organizational changes in your life can boost your mood and performance. For example, maintain a clean, clutter-free bedroom, office, and car. Less clutter in your personal environment will decrease your stress level. I think we can all agree with that. So I hope you have found this to be a little bit helpful. I was reading this morning. And I was like, man, that's pretty good stuff. I'm going to share that. The kids are getting a lot out of this. And I know us as business owners and real estate agents or people in general, we can always work, improve ourselves. And that's what these things are about. So check out the book, The Champion's Mind, How Great Athletes Think, Train, and Thrive. Again, it's not so much about training as an athlete as much as it is just about self-help and focus and mindset. So it's a good book. All right. Here we go. Let's get on to our conversation with Anna Caskey. Now, before we bring Anna Caskey onto the show, I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to give my guests a proper introduction. So here's Anna Caskey. Anna Caskey is going to be our personal relations director at C21 Advantage Realty. She's also my assistant, so it's going to be awesome to have this conversation with her. So here's a bio about who Anna is. Anna Caskey is a business manager with over 11 years of experience. She specializes and has a passion for helping businesses and business owners with their branding and digital marketing strategy. Here at C21 Advantage Realty, she assists with growth management and social media marketing. Anna Caskey has a profound love for C21 Advantage Realty and aims to share that love with potential future C21 Advantage agents. She is inspired by her 4 daughters and husband, who she enjoys traveling and camping with when she is not working. Please join me in welcoming Anna Caskey to the show. Anna,
Hey,
how are you?
I am good. How are you?
Good. So good to have you on the Advantage Live show.
Thank you.
And also very glad to have you part of the company and part of the just helping us build the brand and serve the agents. Thank you so much for all you're starting to do.
You're welcome. It's my passion.
That's right. I love it. So Anna, before we even get into the conversation, I like to just do some rapid fire questions with people just so they kind of get to know who it is we're talking to and just see your personality and all that. Are you okay with that?
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
All right, here we go. If you could go to one place in the world, where would it be?
New Zealand. I've always wanted to go since I was little, and it just looks beautiful. It looks like a fun adventure. So that is definitely my dream destination.
Oh yeah, I would love to go to New Zealand and Australia. I grew up with a friend that was from there, and he went back and lived there for a while. And some of the stories and the pictures they have, just amazing, beautiful landscape. And yeah, that's good. I would agree with that. I would like to go there as well. All right, here's another one for you. What's the worst job you've ever had? Now don't say where you're at now.
Okay, so the worst job I ever had was also like one of my favorite jobs. It's kind of a weird story. So the first job that I had, I was in marketing, and I had gotten promoted, and I actually posted this all over LinkedIn one time, and it was just because I was thinking about it. But it was this job that I loved. I had gotten promoted, and then my boss came to me, and he was like, I'm leaving. I want you to take my position. And he started training me for his position, which was area or regional manager. And so I had done all this training, and I pretty much was doing his job. And when it came down to it, we needed to do for, like all the professional stuff. We had to do 3 interviews with the higher ups. And so I did 2 interviews, and they went great. And when it came to the 3rd interview, he was so fixated on how old I was. And they ended up promoting someone that I had hired who had no experience doing the things that I had done. And she would not have been my boss's first choice. And they ended up promoting her to the job that I was being trained for. And then I left. So I was not treated well just because this one manager couldn't get over my age. I wasn't valued because of it. And he thought that I couldn't do it because I was so young. So when I think about the worst job I ever had, I think about that experience.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. So it was a job you actually enjoyed doing. It's
Yes.
just the experience and just the structure of the company just didn't work out. That's good.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And sad at the same time.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking, but I ended up, I started doing my own thing. I went independent with marketing, and now I'm here.
Awesome. I love it. Well, and bad experiences lead to experience that leads to the next phase of life and the skills you have now. So that's good. All right. What's your hidden talent?
Oh, I'm having a hard time with this one. Everybody who knows me is always like, what can't you do? Well, I can't quilt, but I can bring plants back to life when they're on the brink of death.
Oh, okay. The green thumb.
Yeah, people give me their plants all the time. It cracks me up. I used to not be good at it, but now I'm really good at it.
Okay, so the plant resurrector. It's a hidden talent. That's great. All right, well, that's cool. Yeah, if I had a plant, I would have to have just a standing appointment to drop that plant back off to you because I would absolutely kill it. So, going back to what I was saying about having a checklist and all that, I would forget to add that one every single time. And even if I added it, I'd forget to then water it and take care of it.
Hey, maybe you could keep plants alive now with my to-do list for you.
So there you go. Well, that probably would help. If not, you'd remind me.
Yes.
So before we get into the main objective, we're going to be talking about social media and just kind of the best use case scenarios and all that. Would you mind sharing a little bit kind of your journey? Where did you grow up and what led you ultimately to being, currently where you are right now?
Okay. So my grandparents and my parents immigrated to America when my mom was really young. I think she was 7 or 5. And I was born in California. I've moved a lot, like over 25 times. And so I'm not really from anywhere. I say I'm from Texas because that's where I remember most of my childhood. But now I feel comfortable with saying I'm from Nancy, Kentucky. But yeah, my mom remarried, and that's how I ended up in Kentucky. I've been working since I was 15. I've been in just about every industry there is. I love everything. I have I'm very multi-passionate. I get bored easily. And so that's one reason why I really enjoy real estate. You really can't be bored in real estate. There's always something going on. And with the industry, it's ever changing. So there's always stuff to learn. So that keeps my mind going. I have 4 kids. I got married in 2015 to an awesome guy. And now we're just settled down in Nancy. And I don't plan on leaving this little town. I love it here.
That's awesome. Yeah, I like Nancy. A lot of beautiful farmland and everything. Beautiful place. Well, we're excited to have you part of the Central 21 Advantage Realty family for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. So let's do some social media now. Let's talk kind of about the platforms and the different types, and kind of, if you don't mind, kind of give us just a brief rundown. I mean, we all use, many varieties of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those, right?
Yeah.
But in a way, and I think you would agree, maybe not, I use them, but I'm not an expert in them, right? So each one has a different use case. They're very much specific in their design and what they're for, right? So would you mind sharing with us kind of a breakdown of each one and briefly kind of what the aim of that platform is for?
Yeah. Okay. So, social media in general is just for having a presence. So each social media platform would be for having a presence. But if we want to break it down a little bit further, we want to use Facebook for more personal things. You can also use Facebook for SEO as a search engine. IG or Instagram is more for like the highlights of our life, showing the good things going on in our business, showing all the, why your business is so great. And it can also be used for relationship building as well. Pinterest is more for sharing information and inspiration. Of course, you can share information and inspiration wherever else, but Pinterest, when you think Pinterest, you think inspiration. LinkedIn is more for professionalism. A lot of people use it for jobs, but you're mainly going to find business professionals on LinkedIn, and it's not super personal. Rather than on that professional level, you don't really go past that unless you do develop those deeper connections and then get off LinkedIn, maybe meet in person and go from there. And then we have TikTok. TikTok's it's a very unique way to get out information, whether that's through anecdotes, humor. You only have a minute to say what you want to say on TikTok, but it's a good way to increase your audience very quickly. And then Twitter, I think Twitter is a way to show your personality very quickly. You only have a handful of characters to use. A lot of people use it differently, but you're not really doing any deep, relationship building there. Whereas with Facebook and Instagram, which is what we're mainly going to talk about today, is Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah. So, and would you say out of those platforms, real estate, I mean, it's so easy. There's always this new platform coming on, and it's just like, okay, do I need to go use that now? Because is everybody jumping ship and starting to use that one over this other one? Mm-hmm. Which one of those, would you say the majority of people are still on, and agents, should probably focus on the most, and maybe dabble in some of the other ones? Like what would you say, Facebook, Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram is owned by Facebook, so I would stick with Facebook if you're only using one, but if you can do Facebook and Instagram, I would use both of them.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough. I think that's probably true. And I think a lot of agents are more comfortable. Facebook's been around probably the longest, I believe. Well, I don't know, Twitter, I'm not sure when Twitter, and did they kind of start about the same time?
Yeah, I remember being on Twitter when you could nudge people.
Okay. Yeah, I do. Yeah. And then Facebook responded with a poke, right? It's like Twitter was nudge, Facebook was poke.
Yeah.
That's great. So Facebook, Instagram. Okay, good. And just briefly again, Facebook, you would say, is more for what's the purpose behind Facebook?
Yeah. So for Facebook, Facebook is more of someone's personal space. So that's why we want to use business strategy when it comes to Facebook. You can have your presence on Facebook and tell people what you do, but that's someone's personal highlights. People share very personal things on their Facebook. So we want to use Facebook mainly to, one, have a presence. So you do want to appear on Facebook. You do want to have a business page on Facebook. If you don't, you can increase your credibility. But mainly, we really want to utilize all the functions it has for relationship building. And if you're not doing that, then you're not taking advantage of this free, Facebook is free, a free opportunity for you to build relationships. And yeah.
Well, and that kind of leads straight into where I was going to go with this, because it's and I watch this all the time, and it's not just in the real estate industry, it's just in all industries and what people do. They feel compelled to make posts because they want just to focus on presence. It's like, I just need to make sure that I'm out there. But sometimes the presence you're making might not be as effective. Because it, like you said, it's more about relationship, right? Because it's called a social platform.
Yes.
So is presence enough?
No.
Or do they need to do something else?
Yeah, no, presence is not enough. Of course, if someone knows you're a real estate agent, that's awesome. But they probably know a bunch of other real estate agents, or someone could just go on Facebook and type real estate agent Somerset, Kentucky. Like a bunch of people are going to pop up. They're more than likely going to reach out to the one who's had a connection with them, who they trust. And so when we build those relationships well, then they're going to come to you.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And it is about relationships. So let's talk now about consistency. Mm-hmm. Because now it's easy to get overwhelmed and start feeling like you've got to make all kinds of posts and all that. So how often should agents be posting to social media, and how much time a day should they be spending on these platforms, without, outside of everything else that they've got to do?
Yeah, we're all busy, and social media, when it comes to business owners, we think, oh, we need to post, we need to do this. If we don't do this, we're going to get shadow banned, or the algorithm isn't going to push our content, which is semi-true. But we shouldn't stress about those things. But when it comes to building relationships authentically, you're going to want to build those relationships regardless of, the production side of social media. So I would say, with the use of Instagram and Facebook stories, you could post throughout the day without muddying. Yeah, muddying up your feed, because no one wants to see, the same person over and over and over on their feed. So you can utilize stories and just post throughout the day and have that relatability and that personal touch to things. It shows people like the non-professional side of you while still building those relationships and becoming relatable. But as far as posts go, I would aim for once a day. And if you absolutely can't do that, I would say 3 times a week minimum.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, once a day, something that's relevant, relational, and if not that, 3 times a week. And does it kind of correlate the same with like Facebook and Instagram, about the same? Or can you, and the content's a little bit different on each platform, right?
Yeah, the content's a little bit different. You don't want to post the same exact thing on Facebook as you would on Instagram. Your audience is different. I was about to say something, but I don't quite remember what I was going to say. So I'll come back to that. But what was your question again?
So just kind of like the way they should use the platform, Facebook and Instagram. It's like they're very different in the way they work. And even this, so in each platform, so you have in Facebook, you have just postings. You can just make a post. You also have like groups you can create. You have pages versus your personal page. Then in Instagram, you've got, your normal feed, you've got your stories, and then you've got IGTV and Reels. So, So now we've kind of narrowed it down to like Facebook and Instagram, right? Kind of that's where the focus is. Now let's go into the Facebook idea here. And let's say, okay, so now inside of Facebook, there's all these other ways of communicating. So which one, should they just focus on doing their feed and then sharing and liking and commenting, or like, what does that look like?
Well, when you make posts on Facebook, you should aim for engagement. You want to post things that people will want to talk to you about. And you also want to post things that aren't your business all the time, because it's going to make you relatable. And you can do the same thing in your stories. You post things throughout the day that make you relatable. I get a lot of engagement on my food posts, and everybody thinks that I can cook. I don't really, I do post stuff like on my feed sometimes of my food, but you'll mainly find that stuff in my stories. And I get a ton more views and a ton more engagement in my stories. So when it comes down to posting in your feed, I would concentrate on posting things that, you know, would offer engagement, like asking questions. For example, one time I was like, man, I haven't posted in a while. What can I post to get people talking to me again, where I can comment back really fast? That's not going to take too much of my time. And so this was a genuine question, by the way. You always want to be genuine, but you can use your authenticity for strategy as well. But I just posted, hey, I don't know what to get at this new coffee shop. What do you guys get at Baxter's or wherever? And so everybody was commenting their favorite drinks, and I got tons of engagement. I was able to, you know, talk to everybody really fast and then go on with my day and come back later. And it was really personal, and it got the engagement. So when people comment on your stuff and engage with you, you're going to show up more on their feed, which is very important because you don't want people to forget about you.
Now that's a good point, because you know these platforms all have algorithms at work, and that goes back to validate your point. Engagement is key. If you want, just because you post something and there's you think that because I posted, all my friends that are on my list now see my post in their feed, and that's not necessarily how it works, right?
Yeah, that's not true.
So you can post all day long, but if you're not getting any engagement, chances of people actually seeing it is very low. You have to post things that engage because they want people to come back to the platform.
Yes. And on Facebook, if you're posting stuff about your business constantly and nothing about you, because people are your friend on Facebook to see you, like your personal life. If you're just constantly posting business stuff for sale all the time and stuff like that, then people aren't really going to engage with you. So we definitely want to use it for more of a personal side. You definitely want to respond to people in an authentic way, like talk like you would talk to them in person. You don't always want to be pushing sales or what you're doing in their face. They know. You might have to remind them every now and then, but they know.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Well, give us some of your best practices for agents, that what they should be doing to optimize, you know, the use of media and social media and building relationships. What does that look like? What's some of your best advice that you can give these agents?
My best advice in general would just to be authentic and genuine in everything that you do and everything you say to people, because we're in a relationship-based business, and you know, if you're faking a relationship with someone solely for something for yourself, people are going to find that out, and then they're just not going to want to come to you. But we're going to talk about 3 tips on how to use social media to build up these relationships. The first one would be Facebook offers so much when it comes to making touch points. We want to make touch points or points of contact. It makes it so easy to see someone's birthday, to see when someone's having a hard time, to see when people are doing well. And you should reach out and contact them. Hey, happy birthday. Congratulations on your baby. Is there anything I can do for you? Congratulations on your anniversary. Facebook makes it so easy for you to see these things in people's lives without you having to remember them all the time. Another thing is, if you do reach out, then you want to genuinely reach out. You don't want to be like, hey, how are you? Versus like, you know, if someone really can feel that you actually care how they are and how they're doing, it's going to make a world of difference. The next thing would be to have actual conversations with people. Respond to people when they make a comment. Don't just like their comment if you can. Now, sometimes this is all subjective, so it really depends on what they're commenting, of course. But like if you know, someone reaches out and says happy birthday to you, then you should take time to say thank you. And maybe use that as a opportunity to just be like, hey, how are you? And build a relationship, build a conversation. You don't want to be salesy. You want to make an effort for people to trust you. You want to make an effort for them to come back to you and trust you that you can help them with whatever they're needing. Lastly, we want to use Facebook or Instagram to stay relevant on people's mind. Like I said earlier, you don't want to push yourself constantly. You don't want to make it all about you and what you're doing. And hey, I sell this, and hey, I do this. You definitely want to have those relationships and those personal life stories and share about yourself in other ways. But you want to make sure you're showing up in people's feed and showing the personal side of your life that make you relatable, so that they keep coming back. And that way you're going to stay relevant on top of their mind. Yeah, that's all I can do.
Anna, that's awesome. So just to summarize that, I'm kind of writing down some notes here. So utilizing the features of social media and making touch points, right? Saying happy birthday, congratulating new babies, anniversaries, just all those things. That's awesome. That's absolutely relational. That's very social. Number 2 was having actual conversations, right? Not just thanks or appreciate it or commenting back and saying happy birthday, but actually trying to engage and to build relationships and have actual conversations so they feel like they know you. Number 2, right? Number 3 was stay relevant and on top of people's minds, right? So in other words, you do that by showing up in people's feeds and just engaging them and commenting on what they've got going on, not just being so concerned with what you're posting, but what others are posting and trying to engage them in conversation. So that's awesome, Anna. Thank you so much for those. That was good. That's very easy. And I mean, guys, if you want to summarize what social media is for, that's it. It's like we get so caught up in wanting to use it as an advertising platform that we miss the whole purpose about what it is. And that's social, and that's building relationships and making sure that what you're offering is a value to the person that you're making the post for. So every time you make a post, think about the person that post is intended to reach. And if you're that person, we call it an avatar. If you're that person that you're making that post for, you need to read and say, would I respond to that post if that was what they shared? Like, is that going to engage me to want to do something and engage them in conversation? And if it's not, then maybe reformat the way you're posting that to be more relevant and speaking more to your audience. So, Anna, awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Anything else you'd like to share, or are we good? I think you brought some good stuff.
I do want to say one more thing.
Yes.
When I was talking about the touch points, you guys might feel like it doesn't matter that, hey, 50 other people have told this person happy birthday or congratulations on the new baby. What, like they don't even really know me. I don't really have a relationship with them. What's it going to matter? I have had the same person tell me happy birthday every year since 2008 at 12:07 a.m. She posts on my feed. It sends me a text. We're not even really friends, but I know she comments at 12:07 because that's the time I was born.
Oh, wow.
So she remembers that, and she tells me happy birthday every year at the same time. And that is so special to me. Like I said, we're not even really friends, but like I remember her and I know who tells me happy birthday or like who's talked to me recently, even if it doesn't seem relevant or even if you seem like you're just another person in the crowd. That's completely not true. Your engagement with people matters, and it's going to help you a lot when it comes to building your business. But in general, just be yourself, be authentic when you're talking to people, type like you talk, don't appear salesy. So yeah, that's the last thing I need to say.
That's good. And it doesn't take much to be intentional and, do those type of things. I mean, that friend of yours, she's got a reminder set up probably, but she took the effort to do it.
Yes.
And then 12:07, you say, and it's at midnight, right? Just past midnight?
Yep.
So yeah, she has to probably set a reminder to wake herself up, but think about what she's doing there. She's actually intentionally reaching out to Anna because she cares about Anna, even though they're not even close. How many clients do we have and past, people that we've come in contact with that if we did something like that, would they remember us? I think so. Anna does. It makes sense. Point proven, right? Anna, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Absolutely. Appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk very soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Oh, that's awesome. That's good stuff. I hope you guys can digest some of that. Social media does not have to be complicated. It just doesn't. And you don't have to do all of them. There's always going to be a new platform that comes out. But if you can get good at one or two of them and be very consistent with it and know how to use it and leverage it and also be real with people, you're going to see the results. So I think what she had to say was very, very good and very, very important. You can always go back and watch this on the replay. So please do. Before I move on, we're going to mention this. We do have the giveaway going on. We don't have that many entries in. We've got a lot of people watching. So we need to get some entries in. So let's do plug again, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This is a giveaway. Maybe you guys just don't want the book. That's fine. But if you do, put in the comments, #Advantage Live, and you will be entered to win this book at the end of the show. Please do so. Let's see here. We got Catherine. Oh yeah, Catherine. She says, thank you, Anna, for breaking it down and making it simple. Yep, I agree. Yep. Thank you, Catherine, for saying that. Very good. All right, let's transition now into our conversation with our agent spotlight, Stacey Kelly. Okay, before we bring Stacey onto the show, let's introduce who Stacey is and her background and how she ended up where she is. So here is a little bit about Stacey. Stacey grew up going to listing appointments as a young girl with her dad and developed a love for everything real estate from a young age. Stacey attended Eastern Kentucky University and graduated with a double major in marketing and management, where she met, then married the love of her life. Worked 5 years in the property and casualty insurance field, then became a full-time realtor in 1997, right before her twins were born. She lives in Richmond, Kentucky. For over 18 years, Stacey enjoyed working alongside her dad selling Central Kentucky properties and has been affiliated with C21 Advantage Realty since 2015. Stacey is a member of the Lexington Bluegrass Association of Realtors. She is also an accredited buyer representative, certified real estate specialist, seniors real estate specialist, seller representative specialist, and a military relocation professional. Stacey specializes in selling homes, farms, multifamily, new construction, and commercial properties. Being born and raised in Richmond, Stacey is very, very familiar with Madison County and the Bluegrass region. Stacey is energetic, hardworking, and trustworthy realtor who is an effective marketer and manager of any listing. She will market your property aggressively to sell your home and help you find your new one. She has a caring personality and is committed to her clients' goals. As a sales associate affiliated with C21 Advantage Realty, she is here to help you buy or sell a home. And she specializes in selling homes, farmland, multifamily, new construction, vacation, and commercial properties. So she is ready to work for you. So put Stacey to work today. Join me in welcoming Stacey to the show. Stacey, how are you?
I'm good.
Good to see you. Thank you for coming on the Advantage Live show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure. So I know you're hardworking and you've taken some time out of your day to come on here and just talk with us. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
So tell us about the overall journey that got you into real estate and what did that look like for you, Stacey?
Well, I was a daddy's little girl, and when my dad became a realtor, I was young, and he became a broker, and he always allowed me to tag along, and I walked many farms. Every home I went into was like a castle. I loved to see him interact with the owners, and my dad was a very kind man, and he could talk to anyone, and I just learned a lot from him there. Whenever I was of middle school age, him and a partner purchased the first Century 21 franchise.
That's awesome.
In Richmond. And they did have an office in Berea too. So I grew up then answering phones, and the phones did go off all the time. It was landline. And cleaning the office. I went on and went to Eastern, and I majored in marketing and management. And then when I was pregnant with my twins, I made the decision to get my real estate license and join my dad. It was the best 18 years of my life. He was very wise. He taught me a lot. We partnered together, and I learned a lot. And then in 2015, when I joined Century 21 Advantage, I never looked back. I love Century 21 and everything about it.
That's awesome. So you grew up basically in real estate. I mean, it was just, you were meant to be in real estate, Stacey.
I think so.
I don't know if you even had a choice. That's awesome. So what gets you really excited about the work, about the job, real estate and all that? What keeps you going?
Well, honestly, everything about real estate excites me. It did from, like I said, when I was young. It does now. I drive my family crazy, and that would be the answer that they would tell you, that everything excites me. I love to list properties and market them and see it come to fruition and sell it. I love helping, especially in this market, first-time home buyers with multiple offers and a higher price, sell price than the list price, get their house and get. I mean, it's exciting. and helping people through life changes. I'm a people person. I love what I do. I love everything about real estate.
That is awesome. Yeah, that's great. I would say that's absolutely true. I can see it. The passion is there, Stacey. So what would you say the real estate industry has done to help you kind of just become a better person? Like, how has it changed you?
I think how it's changed me is I do work with a lot of seniors and estates. So the seniors making a choice to downsize from a home that they made and lived in forever with their family, plus estates where family members have grown up in a home or farm, moved away and have to settle in a state. And it gives you a lot of compassion. You learn a lot about people and the strength of people. Seniors amaze me overall because they're very strong. They've lived a life and it's very strong. And honestly, they all become such good friends of mine because going through that process. So it's taught me a lot about compassion and also to be strong myself.
I think that's good. I think you're right. Working with that demographic and stuff can be so rewarding. You know, the wisdom they have, the knowledge, it's definitely fun to do that and absolutely rewarding. And it does, you know, this job is got so many challenges in it. But if you are passionate about it, you realize that, look, you're going to make mistakes. Things are going to happen. You got to learn new things. But it does have the ability to really just change you as a person, because if you could let the difficult times change your opinion about people, and you can become hard. You know, you could easily become so hard and defensive. Or you could say, look, these people are going through one of the hardest things in transition in their lives and biggest purchases, and emotions are high, and you can develop compassion for people. And to me, the agents that know how to develop compassion are the ones that actually stay in this for the long haul. And we go back, you got in it in 97, you're still here. So I would say you've developed compassion for your clients. So that's well done, Stacey. That's awesome. So what is, we're going to get, negative and positive here just a little bit. Okay. So what would you say? Yeah, got to do it because we learn a lot from our mistakes. I mean, we really do. So we're going to try to pull this out of you just a little bit. So what would you say is one of the biggest mistakes you made while being an agent, and how did that experience benefit you in the long run? And then what would you say is one of your biggest successes so far in real estate?
Well, I can say that I'm sure I've made a ton of mistakes. And like we all do, going through the process, I would say not really the biggest, but one thing that's taught me is to be very thorough and have my sellers be very thorough on listings so that everything is disclosed in the beginning and it makes the sale much more easier. Honestly, my biggest mistake, I really truly feel that I should have majored in real estate at Eastern. And started right off the bat, because there's no question this was the career that was meant to be. Yeah. And then on a funny note, another, I guess you could call it mistake, I'll never forget it, so it comes up in my mind immediately, is I was helping the neatest family move to Richmond, be affiliated with Eastern Kentucky University from Florida. And they came at spring break, and we got the biggest snow. It was the wettest Kentucky snow, the muddiest Kentucky snow I've ever had. And we were looking at a cabin on a hill in our county, and it was beautiful. We enjoyed it so much. And then we go down the hill in my Acura, and I got stuck. And I didn't just get stuck. I didn't do the right thing, and I really got stuck.
Oh, no.
And the husband, father of 3 children, really used it as a teachable moment for his 2 boys. And man, did they have to work. I mean, it was stressful for me. They worked and worked and worked, had to get wood and all this stuff. And then we had to get it prepared for my husband to come and pull it out. No. And thank goodness they had a sense of humor, and thank goodness that they helped. And they're friends of mine to this day, and I'm sure that they laugh about it just like I do. So that I will never forget. And moments like that, but that one in particular stands out.
Yeah. And in the moment you're frustrated or whatever, it's like you're just in the moment. Oh, I can't believe this is embarrassing. All this stuff comes happen. But it bonds you to those people, right? It's like now you're You're friends for life when you share an experience like that. In the moment, you're frustrated, but later you got to laugh, and it does bond people. So that's good. That's good. So, I do think we have some amazing real estate agents part of Central 21. We have great support. I think we try, our whole mission statement is leading by serving. That's what we hope that we're doing as staff, as agents with our clients. That's what we're all about. Outside of just people in general, though, what would you say is some of the particulars that made you say, look, I'm going to stay with Central 21. I'm going to affiliate with them. What was it? What was some of those things?
Well, my dad and I had the conversation a few years before I joined Century 21, and he knew the strength of the company. He was, of course, wise to me and used his wisdom. He knew the broker, Steve Robinson's family, and he knew they were good people. So whenever I made the decision to begin my real estate career elsewhere, I met with Steve. I've never made a better decision before in my life. He's wise. He is helpful to every one of his agents. He's a non-compete agent. He doesn't practice real estate. He just helps us, and he helps me and helps my clients when I need him several times. And I'm sure all of us as realtors with Century 21 Advantage would say that. Also, the size of Century 21, it's an awesome company, international company. The networking, the online marketing I use for all of my listings, and other online marketing services that Century 21 offers, they're part of my business. So, and I have to throw a plug in. It wasn't the reason I came, but it's one of the reasons I'll stay. We have in Richmond, hands down, the best office manager you could ever have. Very helpful.
That is awesome. Stacey, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Well said. Well said. So here's another question for you. If every past and future client was watching this, what would you most like them to know about yourself and your service?
Well, for my past clients, if you're watching, I would want you to know that without you, I would not have had great success for 24 years as a realtor. Many of you are some of my best friends, and you have shared my name with family and friends, and that I'm grateful. And thank you very much. And thank you also for the numerous repeat business that you give me. It, again, would not be successful for me or fruitful if it wasn't for you, and I really appreciate you. For any future clients, and I hope you're watching, I will tell you, go to my website, read the comments from my past clients. I will do anything I can for you. We'll find you the best property. We'll work together. We'll partner together, and we'll work hard, and we'll get it. And if you need help settling a estate, or are a senior that's downsizing, or any home for sale, I feel like I do market properties very well. And I do work hard, and I'll get it sold for you. So call me.
Awesome, Stacey. Well said. Absolutely agree. Give her a call. So, and that's the next step right now. What is the best way for someone to get a hold of you, Stacey, if they would like to buy or sell some property in the state of Kentucky?
Well, you can contact me anyway. You can call me, 859-624-1440, or text at any time. I may not get you in the middle of the night, but I'll respond as quick as I can. You can email me at skelly@century21advantage.com. And you can also go to my website and contact me that way, staceyadamskelly.com.
Awesome, Stacey. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Steve said, so glad you're a part of the Century 21 Advantage Realty family. Oh, that's Anna. Great things are in store. That's for Anna, but he's typing now. So I'll pop it up as soon as it's on there.
Thank you.
You bet. Stacey, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Awesome. Stacey, thank you so much for coming on the show. She really is an awesome agent. Please reach out to her. Can we get that number back up there for her again? And just to give her a big shout out, if you're looking to buy or sell anything in real estate in the state of Kentucky, please give Stacey a call, 859-624-1440. You can also text her there, and her email address is skelly@century21advantage.com. So reach out to her. She would love to help you guys so much. Thank you. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of the show. And here we are. So what we need to do now is the giveaway. Now, there are more people watching, and I don't have very many entries. So please, please, please put in Advantage Live, hashtag Advantage Live, to be entered to win. We are going to be doing the drawing here just shortly. We're going to be wrapping up this show. And just to kind of give you guys a heads up about what's coming up next week. So next Friday at 10:30 a.m., most of you guys might know who this is. This is David Knox. David Knox has been a coach, speaker, and trainer in the real estate industry for many, many years. He has an amazing website with a lot of resources on there for agents and a lot of information. And he is coming on the show next Friday for a live conversation. And he's going to be bringing some really good information to you. So he will be here next Friday, 10:30 a.m. So hopefully you guys can make it. It will be a wonderful conversation with him. So to be able to wrap up this show, we're going to go ahead and do the drawing. So if you guys want in, quickly, hashtag Advantage Live, and we're going to be giving away the Think and Grow Rich book. Okay, that's the book. I'm going to mention this book as the one I talked about earlier, just one more time. The Champion's Mind, How Great Athletes Think, Train, and Thrive by Jim Aftermau. There it is. That's the book. Get it to focus. There we go. If you guys want to pick it up, go for it. It's really good. It's got a lot of good meat in it. And again, both these books are not books you have to read cover to cover. They are more, they're more along the lines of pop in, read a chapter that sounds good or something you're struggling with, and just digest it and use that. All right, guys, I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to do this giveaway. Once the technology likes to work with me, here we go. Let's see here. There it is. Boom. Here we go. I'm going to play some music. Who is it going to be? Think and Grow Rich. Who do we got? Stacey. Hey, there you go. Awesome. We got a statement for it? Solid gold. Let's do that again.
Solid gold.
Perfect. Stacey, there you go. You came on the show and you got a book. So it's a good day for you. Well done. Congratulations, Stacey. I will get this book to you right away. So, well, guys, that brings us to the end of this show. I hope you got something of value. Please go back and watch it and take some notes. There's some good information here for you guys to digest and use to your advantage. I hope you have an amazing weekend and you get to do something fun. And as always, be fearless, keep pushing forward, and never stop being relentless in your pursuit of excellence. I will see you next Friday, 10:30, where you are watching this now. Have an amazing weekend and week. We'll see you soon.